Welcoming to the Harvard stage, we have Dr. Theo Kousouli. Dr. Theo is a leading mind-body holistic healer who is changing the landscape in his field. He is a board-certified doctor of chiropractic and a hypnotherapist, as well as a public speaker and a best-selling author. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much, everyone. Distinguished colleagues, friends, such an honor and joy to be here at Harvard University. I'm going to talk to you about an aspect of healing that you're all very well familiar with. It's called the light within. So my presentation today will be focused on that, and also how to access and use the light within to help not only yourself, but also your loved ones, your friends, your patients, and we all love our patients. I'm sure you can all relate. So what is it I do? Specifically, I bring elite human enhancement for top performance to my patients. When people see me, they're like, well, where am I and where can you get me? I'm like, from here to there, somewhere up there. And the way I do that is a very unique way. I utilize the subconscious and the innate energy within, and the flow of that energy, we chiropractors know of as innate, of our being for massive rapid transformation. I have developed the 4R intervention healing system called the Kousouli Method, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, is a little bit about the Kousouli Method, but also how I came to develop it. Why is it important? This is why. Because we tend to not put as much emphasis on the middle of the journey, but we do put a lot of emphasis on the beginning and also on the end. When you arrive and when you leave, people too take notice, don't they? But the in-between stages are very confusing for a lot of people. How do you stay healthy? How do you stay happy? How do you stay abundant? Who sees me for what? Now, it may be a physical thing that brings them in. Oh, my shoulder, my joints, my pains, this, that, the other. That's what brings them into the office. But I know, as many of you specialists here know, there's definitely a far bigger reason. There's a place in their life that has gone awry, and they basically are looking to you to get answers, right? So anything physical, but also the most important thing is emotional and spiritual aspects of healing. That's why they see me, specifically the spiritual and emotional aspects. Kousouli Health and Wellness is about changing things from the internal to the external. And I've had a lot of success in my life meeting people and treating beauty queens to celebrities, awesome people who are high-ranking business CEOs, and also people who are moving things in society, influencers like yourselves. I've also written 8 books. I'm the author of the Be a Master series, anything from weight loss to basically self-help and self-love, to my new latest books, Be a Master of Your Reality, using hypnosis, NLP, and also the aspects of vision boards to create the life that you really want to live. Also, Master of Channeling Spirit, how to access your guides, your spiritual masters, and amazing knowledge that you just can't get on a conscious level in a 3D reality that we have here. That actually brings me to why I'm here. Now imagine your doctor looks down at your files, and then looks at you and says, you have 8 months left to live. Those were the stoic words of my cardiologist at 28. He said, now if you want to live, you have 2 choices. You can take a metal valve, which needs Coumadin the rest of your life, so that you don't have a stroke. Or you can have a natural valve from a cow. We'll take it from the cow, and we'll put it in you. With that, you can have a normal life for about 10 years. 15 if you're lucky. Those are your 2 options. I said, this is modern medicine? He said, that's all you got. Take it or leave it. I said, I'm going to have to take it. There's no option there. I have to take it. So I said, what are the guarantees? He says, no guarantees. None. You will live every day basically with borrowed time. That was tough. Can you imagine what goes through your mind at 28 years old? Will I find true love? Will I be married? Will I have kids? Will I be a grandparent? It's tough. And this guy was so cold. But his cold answers, no guarantees. Made one guarantee to myself. It put me on the map. Put me on the map of my life. To be able to change my life and also change the lives of others. Critical moment at 28. You don't know if you're going to see the next day. You say hello and you say goodbye. And you hope for the next day. There was no going back at that time. I was angry at myself. I hadn't done the things I wanted to do for my life. I didn't do the things I promised myself I would do. And see, I was bullied as a child. And when you're bullied, your ego starts to build so that you can actually cover the anger and the emotional pain that you had through your family life and also from the kids that just didn't treat you as well as you knew you needed to be treated and loved. I was angry at God. Why me? How many of us have said that? Why me? Right? That was the scariest moment of my life. But it was also the best because of the things yet to come. I went through the surgery. They opened me up. Hospital life is not fun. If anybody's been there, I think you can tell. It's definitely a transforming time in your life. What did I pick? I picked the cow valve. So every now and then I move. Well, not really. I still eat burgers though. So I'm a hey. Don't be angry now. All right? I don't eat as many, okay? Hey, I feel like they're part of me. Okay, bad joke. I know. But listen. Which one would you choose? What would you do? Yeah. The life that you lead has to be one that allows health and vibrancy, right? Now, I get it. Some people in an older age bracket may pick the metal valve because they don't want to go through the surgery again. But I picked the other one, knowing I was going to go through the surgery again, knowing it. But I said, you know what? If I have 10 years, Doc, I'm going to use those 10 years as best as I can. And they said, okay. It's your world, your oyster. You're going to make it happen. So problems or challenges in our lives. Well, first, depression and suicide attempt at 10. I know a lot of you here can probably relate to that. You can't get to the place you are as a specialist in your field if you haven't gone through some kind of challenge or gotten stronger from any problem facing your life. Depression and suicide attempt at 10, relentless bullying, grade school, up to 15. Spinal neck injury that resulted in a semi-paralysis at 21. I had someone on my shoulders. We were wrestling around. He fell, decided to take my head with him. Snapped it. I lost feeling to my left arm, my heart, my chest. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was dying again. You know. Then the heart surgery I just described, and then afterwards I had it again at age 39 last year. Are these challenges or are they solutions? They're solutions if you choose it to be solutions. Look well to the spine for the cause of disease. Hippocrates, Father Medicine, right? That's me adjusting my sister when she got a neck cramp at the Acropolis. Did I not feel my ancient doctors just love me at that? I felt it. I felt he was there with me. So it's really interesting. You look at this picture and you say, wow, back then they knew what we know in this room. It's amazing. And here I am adjusting my loving sister at the start of everything. It was just amazing. The nervous system, we know, my chiropractors in here, love you all. We know that nervous system goes to every cell and point in your body. We know that when we're born, without the brain and the spinal cord, there wouldn't be anything else. Our organs are created after our nervous system was first there. That has to have the programming for all the problems, maybe. Let's see, let's keep talking here. When it's blocked, you feel the pain and the dysfunction. You know, and it's important. 45 miles of spinal nerves running through your body. It's just amazing. Your body is amazing. By the time you finish that sentence, your body will already have replaced 50,000 cells. Nerve impulses, 170 miles per hour. Every human spent about half an hour as a single cell. And then I look at the person across from you and say, wow, you were a single cell. How about that? Ain't that crazy? You could just talk about that all day. It's amazing. Now, medicine knows. They know. They've always known. But they've hidden it. The placebo effect. How many here know about the placebo effect? Just suggesting it to someone that you might get well. You just might get well. We don't know if anything's going to happen, but you just might. They found since the 50s, they've known you do get well just from suggestion. Some people do, some people don't. Again, that analytical mind definitely can be a block. Hypnotists know that the subconscious holds the keys to healing. All my hypnotists here, hypnotherapists, I love you. We know that the hypnosis in the mind, the conscious, the unconscious, and bypassing that critical factor is the way to do amazing things in your life. You see, when I was in that hospital, I knew that the majority of my healing was to happen outside those walls. Between these walls. That's where the power is. We're all under hypnosis. We're either using it for good or we're using it for bad. Now, if you're using it for good, and a lot of you know, here with your patients, you see amazing things happen. Things you wouldn't have seen otherwise. If you're using it for bad, advertisements, for instance, so many people trying to sway you from what you're doing in your life to do what they want you to do in your life, and buy what they want you to buy, to eat what they want you to eat. 560 times per day, the average American has a billboard, a magazine, internet, something in social media, something's popping up in your face. That's a lot of subconscious programming, people. That's a lot. Okay? If you've ever driven somewhere and say, how in the world did I get here? And you're there, guess what? You've been hypnotized. It's very easy, very simple. It's a very simple procedure. Some people can actually be hypnotized not even knowing they're hypnotized. Actually, that's everybody in this room. If you're wearing a certain purse or you're wearing a certain pump, ladies, you've been hypnotized to make you feel like that is going to make you happy. Can we see energy? Are we able to see energy? At the beginning of becoming a chiropractor, my teachers and my instructors, God bless them, they were like, you are moving innate energy. You are the wellness practitioners of the future. So what you're looking here at is education of the innate inner light, the power within. Aura, energy, and action. So what you're seeing here is actually Kirlian photography in video mode. I don't know if anyone is familiar with this, but you can actually see energy moving from a palm chakra to another palm chakra to a crown chakra. When I did this research 12 years ago, and for 12 years I've been sitting in the lab, basically, in my office, putting all my patients, loving patients, as guinea pigs, as we all do. That's why they call it practice. We keep practicing. And I found a correlation between what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what they're getting as a result, with color, with frequency, with vibration. I was like, wow, maybe we can go into interdimensional healing here. It's beautiful. So what did I do? In true Kousouli fashion, I put myself as a guinea pig in my own experiments. The bottom row is me in different states of the day. Now the top is some of my patients. I noticed that some people coming in with very good days had different color patterns than the people that were coming in with bad days. I noticed that my artists in Beverly Hills and LA were coming in with different colors than the people who were analytical in mind. So I started tabulating all together, like a mad scientist. And then I looked at myself, I was like, well, how am I feeling today? So you have a lot of red in this, and this, but here you have my true colors. This is my true energy pattern. Green and blue. As a healer, green and blue is usually your color if you're in healing mode, specifically when you're working. Now here, I had a cold. I had a congestion, fever, all that stuff. So this is the first day, this is the second day, this is the third day, this is the fourth day. What do we see? We see a change of aura pattern, specifically a red. Can you guys all see the red in here, right over the chest? Now this isn't infrared, this isn't MRI, X-ray, all that. This is basically Kirlian photography. Simple stuff. I worked with an inventor who actually made one of the earliest machines, and we got together and we started doing this work, and I was like, wow, there's something here. So how can I find something that lowers and removes pain, improves relationship of self and others, removes mental fog, improves flexibility, range of motion? I mean, everything chiropractic does, but also hypnosis does. How can I deal with the root cause of issues, is fully holistic, no drugs involved, and no side effects? How can I do it? I wanted to do it. That's what the Kousouli Method is. It's a healing system derived from ancient wisdom, developed for modern day application. It's a systemic, holistic approach, holistic, whole body. We're not looking at just an arm, a leg, a joint. We're looking at the whole body for understanding the health and how to maximize the full human health potential. And it's made up of 4 aspects. Removing what the body doesn't need or that's blocking it, reviving the nervous system through chiropractic, building and then restarting the system. That's where the mind work comes into play. This is what it looks like. This is the easiest way of explaining it to one of my patients that comes in or to anybody who is interested in the technique. Now, most people come in with a negative cycle of life, right? They come in with pain, suffering, lower potential, chaos in their life, fatigue, acidic pH, they're overweight. Something's wrong. Doctor, fix it. As you all know, they just want you to fix it. I was like, you have to be active in your care. I don't take on anybody who's not active in their care, by the way. People come in with a negative part of their life where they're not moving, there's disease, toxicity, disconnection, their body's just not working correctly. If they're proactive and they use the system, we'll remove, revive, rebuild, and reset. Okay? Then we go to results, the positive aspects of life. Pain-free, optimal potential, cell tissue, organs coming back to normal. Healing, homeostasis, increased energy, better pH. The whole body systems are working much, much better. Connection, flow, ease, purity. Okay? If they neglect their body, they go back to the negative cycle. There's no other way. You're either in positive or negative, somewhere in between, but usually you're in the intervention stage at that time. Okay? This is what it looks like without our human eyes. Specifically, there's a lot more colors. They're always moving around. They're never static. That's not always what the chakra color will be. Obviously, as you saw earlier example, things do change. Okay? So chiropractic and hypnosis. Nobody knew how to put them together. They thought they'd never work. I figured it out. It works. It's called hypno-chiro, and that's basically one of the aspects of healing that I do in the office. The Kousouli Method cervical adjustment. You're now going to see how this right here, the chiropractic adjustment is done right here, power over here. Now this is immediately right after. Now we know in chiropractic that the first thing we learned was you could lower blood pressure 10 points systolically just with a chiropractic adjustment to the C1 level. Now I got the chance to see it, and when I saw it, I believed in it even more than what my teachers had explained to me. Now it's time to tell the world, look what we have. We have this, we have that. Correlation. Okay, a little bit more of a close-up. There, me setting up on the chiropractic adjustment. The chiropractic adjustment coming up over here. As you can see, the color scheme and pattern doesn't change until, boom, right after the chiropractic adjustment. Look at the power, look at the flow, energy. Okay, here's the side posture adjustment in the hip. Me setting up right when it's delivered. Amazing. This is amazing. Why hasn't come out? Boggles my mind. I guess I had to be the guy to bring it out. I don't know. Hypno-chiro neutralizes and reconditions the unhealthy aspects of someone's internal programming from the base, whether it be a child, a teenager, or also an elderly patient. It's a reproducible science and based on understood aspects of healing, chiropractic and hypnosis. Definitely understood. The old neural programming must be checked, analyzed, and then changed depending if you like it or not. If you don't like it, then get rid of it. If it doesn't serve you, if it's old, reprogram it. Now what can this do for relationships? You name it. I've gotten people back together. I've gotten people loving people that they wish they first would love them like years ago. I got people forgiving people. Healing happens after the human element is actually taken care of. Obviously, we know that, okay? we go through life covering too much. It's time to open up our hearts, to open up our minds, get correct therapies into place, and allow the real healing, just like the ancients talked about, to happen. Okay? Healthy relationships, better world. That's how we change the world. We have two people that get together, co-creating well and healthy. Energy off. People being needy, people being greedy, people basically taking advantage of other people. We are now in a place where things are changing so rapidly that if we just took the individual and healed the individual, we would have a rapid domino effect for the rest of our society and the world. I believe this is one of the techniques and methodologies that will do that for people. And I'm very happy to lead the way over here, because we have to say to ourselves, how much time do we have? Sitting at that, in the hospital there, recuperating, I was like, wow, I got a second lease on life. I'm going to have another surgery soon, I know, but while that time is going on, I can change things. I don't have to leave this earth at 28 with no legacy, with not loving my mother, my father, having anger towards God, having anger towards other people. I can change things. And that changed everything, because I took action. If we look at the age of 75, medicine tells us average is 75. Well, we're not looking at that as truth. We're just looking at it as a maybe possibility. If you're looking at that, isn't it funny? Remember we said at the beginning and the end of our lives are celebrated? Well, what happens here? You get past the 70-year-old mark and everybody's like, wow, you did good. What's your secret? Wouldn't it be great to get that same kind of question when you're basically 30 or 20? Why do we have to wait so long to get that congratulations, you did something right? Love your life, broadcast the right message through your nervous system, through your body, through your mind, through your speaking, through your actions, through your character, all of that. Let the Mother Nature take care of you by feeding you and giving you the proper nutrition. Let the energy of whatever you believe to nourish your why, your passion for what it is you do and how you change the world. Find your talents, build on your talents, share them with everyone. Let your spinal health and your innate wisdom, just like the ancients told us, let that rule the way. Let that be your mantra. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. It's been an honor to share this with you today.